When to use can and could. We use can and could to indicate possibility. We use could to show that something is possible, but not certain. For example, they could come by car. This means that maybe they will come by car. Another example, they could be at home. This means that they maybe are at home. We use can to make general statements about what is possible. For example, it can be very cold here in winter. This means that it is sometimes very cold here in winter. You can easily get lost in this town. This means that people often get lost in this town. We use can or cannot to indicate impossibility. We use can or cannot to say that something is impossible. For example, they can't be true. You cannot be serious. We use could or could have to make statements about the past. We use could have to make guesses about the past. For example, it's 10 o'clock. They could have arrived by now. Where are they? They could have got lost. We use could to make general statements about the past. For example, it could be very cold there in winter. You could easily get lost in that town. We use can't have or couldn't have to say that a past event was impossible. For example, they know the way here. They can't have got lost. Another example, if Jones was at work until 6, he couldn't have done the murder. We can also use can, can't, could, and couldn't to indicate the ability of the subject. We use can and can to talk about someone's skill or general abilities. For example, she can speak several languages. He can swim like a fish. They can dance very well. We use can and can't to talk about the ability to do something at a specific time in the present or future. For example, I can see you. Help, I can't breathe. We use could and couldn't to talk about the past. For example, she could speak several languages. They couldn't dance very well. We use could have to say that someone had the ability or opportunity to do something but didn't do it. For example, she could have learned Swahili, but she didn't want to. I could have danced all night, but I didn't. We can also use can and could to ask for permission. We use can to ask for permission to do something. Can I ask a question, please? Can we go home now? We use can to give permission. You can go home now. You can borrow my pen if you like. We use can to say that someone has permission to do something. For example, we can go out whenever we want. Students can travel for free. We use can't to refuse permission or say that someone doesn't have permission. For example, you can't go home yet. Students can't travel for free. We can also use could you, and can to ask for requests. We use could you as a polite way of telling or asking someone to do something. For example, could you take a message, please? Could I have my bill, please? Can is less polite. For example, can you take a message, please? We can also use can I can, or I could to make offers. We use can I to make offers. For example, can I help you? Can I do that for you? We sometimes say I can or I could to make an offer. For example, I can do that for you if you like. I could give you a lift to the station. We can also use could to make suggestions. We use could to make suggestions. For example, we could meet at the weekend. You could eat out tonight. We can also use can and could to make questions. We make questions by putting the subject after can or could. For example, can I? Could I? Can you? Could you?